Okay, so in order to discuss the fifth characteristic of quantitative research, let us recall the different methods of gathering data in quantitative research. Okay, so recall once more that one of the methods in data gathering uses sampling methods. Okay, and meaning to say, using sampling methods, we try to generate samples coming from a population. Okay? So, to discuss the fifth characteristic, we will use this concept. Okay? So, example, a certain market wants to check the satisfaction of customers. So, a certain market wants to check the satisfaction of customers in regards to their newly launched product. So, there is a new product that was launched. Okay? New product. So, they found out that they have approximately 20,000 customers. And these 20,000 customers are those who bought the newly launched product. Okay? So, meaning to say, we have a very large population. We have a huge amount of respondents. So, out of these 20,000, they only picked 50 respondents. So, they only picked 50 samples. Okay? In order for them to conduct a survey research. So, after the survey, it yielded a result of satisfaction rate of 97%. So, after the researchers gave out the survey and everything, they, let's say, conducted a statistical treatment that yielded a result of 97% of satisfaction out of these 50 customers. Now, with this, they concluded, okay, so the conclusion is that, they concluded that the customers as a whole population are satisfied with the new product. So the conclusion is that the consumers or the customers are very satisfied with the new product. Okay? So, meaning to say, the researchers who conducted the survey research, concluded that the new product satisfied the consumers. But actually, this conclusion is only based from the sample. But this conclusion was also applied to the whole population of the customers. So, meaning to say, the fifth characteristic of research, or quantitative research rather, is that it uses sample sizes. It uses sample sizes. And did you know that these sample sizes can be manipulated? How? How can it be manipulated? So let's say that the researchers that conducted this study was not satisfied with the results because let's say they have a doubt, that the data analysis was unreliable. So they had a doubt that this is unreliable. So meaning to say, they want to reconduct the study. Now, out of the 20,000 population, they added more samples. So instead of using 50 samples, let's say they used 200 samples or 200 respondents out of the 20,000. So let's say for instance that these 200 respondents gave out a statistical analysis results of, let's say, 96.8% satisfaction rate. Okay? So meaning to say, if we round off this value, it is still near the 97% range. So meaning to say, is the result reliable or not? Obviously, the result is reliable. However, that certain researcher or the certain group of researchers was still unsatisfied with this 96.8%. So they reconducted a study, but this time they used 500 samples out of the 20,000 population. And these 500 samples gave out a satisfaction rate of, let's say, 96.79%. Okay? With this data, is the result still reliable or not? Of course, it is still reliable. So meaning to say, the fifth characteristic of research uses sample sizes. However, it does not only use sample sizes. The fifth characteristic of research is that, quantitative research uses or utilizes large sample sizes. Okay? So that is the fifth characteristic of quantitative research. It uses large sample sizes, in which these large sample sizes will ensure the reliability of data analysis. Okay? This will ensure the reliability of the data analysis. So what do we mean by reliability once more? When we say reliability, there is a consistency. Okay? There is a consistency in the data. So, meaning to say, a normal population distribution curve is preferred so that we ensure some reliable data analysis. Okay? And also, one more thing is that quantitative research uses randomization. So, it uses a process known as randomization. Randomization. So, what is the process of randomization? So, randomization actually refers to the random sampling. Meaning to say, we do not pick out the respondents for ourselves. Okay? We pick them out randomly. We do not choose, or we do not choose who will be our respondents. Okay? So that there would be no biases. So random sampling is recommended in determining the sample size to avoid researchers' bias in interpreting the result. So that is the main purpose of random sampling, to avoid biases. Okay? So random sampling uses random samples. So meaning to say, by random samples, we do not choose our respondents or samples according to our preference. Okay? There is no researcher preference. We only pick the samples randomly. So that is the main explanation behind the fifth characteristic of quantitative research.